So hello and welcome to my Pictory review and demo. In this video, I'm going to show you how Pictory works, who it works for, how you can use it, and of course at the end, worth it? I'll give you the short answer, it's going to be yes. If you would like to follow along, I will leave my link down below in the description, and if you click that, you can actually get a free trial for Pictory. Should you want to upgrade, I also have a discount code down below, so you can save a good amount of money. Let's begin. Starting right off the bat, we're going to be utilizing the script to video. I think this is one of the best features that Pictory has to offer, where you either create your own script, have AI write it, plop it in, and then we can go from there. Given the fact I already created a ChatGPT script, I'm going to copy and paste that in, so I'll show you how that works. Alright, so here I am in ChatGPT. I use this. You can use any AI or you could just write it yourself. It's going to be up to you, but I said I'd like to create a quick script for YouTube called The Importance of Clickable Thumbnails. I don't want it to include any names, hosts, or transitions, and end with a call to action where they can sign up for a newsletter. So if you're serious about taking your journey to the next level, and always remember, click on the link in the description for our newsletter. Looks great. So all I have to do is copy this. Isn't AI a great thing, right? Combining tools with other tools. So let's go back over here. Let's proceed. And like I said before, you can use anything you want to write this. You can write it yourself, but what I like doing is making these sentences a little bit shorter, because when you keep in mind, when you have a longer sentence like this, it's going to be fitting on one slide, and that's a lot of text. So what I like doing here is simply going through and hitting enter so that the sentences are a little bit shorter and choppier. Okay, so maybe around here is going to be a good length. So give me a second. I'm going to do this so you don't have to sit through it. This is just kind of like a tip for you, and then once we're done, we'll come back to it. All right, so there we have it. Some of them are going to be a little bit longer, and if you'll notice, if we go through, sometimes I'll have an ellipses at the end, like right here. This was a much longer sentence, and I just put it into two, because what Pictory is going to do is each single sentence here is going to be a slide. Okay, so when you have a lot of text on it, it's overall going to take a little bit too much room up, in my opinion, on the actual videos, but you'll see exactly what I mean. So we have our script. It's nice and formatted perfectly, in my opinion. Let's click on the proceed button. And this is where we get to choose our Pictory template. So in case you are new to using Pictory, as I always say, don't worry about the videos or the images that are in the background here. You're mostly just looking at the colors, the font, and like the size of it overall. So they have these here to give you an idea of what the text will look like in a specific background. I happen to like corporate. I just like those letters. I do a lot of like business stuff, but you might be different. You might like something a little bit more, say, brighter, or maybe something that pops out a little bit more, or maybe professional, or maybe the tracer. It's going to be up to you, but nevertheless, I do like using corporate. I'm going to roll with that. Now, if you want to create Pictory videos, say for YouTube, 16:9 is going to be great. This is more for the vertical aspect, and this is the 1x1. So you're getting like the square look. So if you want to do YouTube videos, 16:9 is going to be your best bet, but this is how you can obviously choose the aspect ratio of your choosing. So let's go to 16:9. And of course, it's going to take some time to load, because what it has to do is come up with the storyboard and analyze the text and give it some video backgrounds for us. So once that is done loading, I will get back to you and we'll go from there. All right, so here we are. This is going to be the Pictory storyboard. So pretty easy to use, especially if it's your first time. As you're going to see right here, we have the story highlighted. This is going to be all of these slides for the text that we use. Now, normally what you're going to want to do is say like go through, and maybe you want to change some of this or edit it. Maybe there's a typo. Maybe you want to say put something else here for TikTok. Just showing you how you can edit this, of course. All you're simply doing is going in there and typing it, changing it around, deleting it, just like you were in a Word document. Nevertheless, given the fact we came up with the script ourselves, this is generally going to be good as long as you have proofread it previously. Okay. Next is going to be the visuals. So when creating your Pictory videos, now when it comes to visuals, this is going to be where the most of your time is spent, because when you think about it, Pictory does a lot of the heavy lifting for you, which is great. It takes that script and it gives you videos for the background. But sometimes some of these video backgrounds aren't going to be what you're looking for exactly. They could be correct, but maybe not correct enough. And what I'm going to do is walk you through each of the visuals here. Not all of them, just enough of them so you can see how it works. So click on visuals here. So we have scene 1. So welcome to today's video where we're going to dive into critical aspect of YouTube success. So someone scrolling through YouTube, or at least looks like that can be related, right? The importance of clickable thumbnails for YouTube. Okay, that's going to be fine, YouTube. If you're a content creator looking to grow your channel, see, that's perfect. Someone who is literally creating content, they're filming, they're showing you, that is great. The power of thumbnails. Okay, like maybe getting your attention. I guess you could see that one. Thumbnails is maybe a little bit harder. So anytime you want to say find a different background or video for it, all you have to do is go to visuals where I am and just search for it. So let's see if there is a specific YouTube thumbnail or any better ones with like, there we go, someone looking through. That is perfect. Exactly what we want there. Okay. So going on to scene 5, let's start by understanding what exactly clickable thumbnails are and why they matter. So how about click of a mouse? Like, you know, I mean, you could use that. It's kind of generic, but something like this is exactly what I'm talking about. Someone clicking. Perfect. Let's move to scene 6. Small eye-catching images. As you can see, someone scrolling through. Looks good. 7. The first impression. So like everyone is watching, they like it. That's a good one. Impressions matter. They're giving you a good impression. I like that. So also a little words of wisdom. Anytime you want to scroll through, I talked about this in previous videos. It was a little annoying, but once you figure out, it's good. So I'm on scene 7 here. Make sure you hit this little arrow here. And once you do that, it's going to go all the way to scene 8, because sometimes you'll click on it and it'll take you back. So it's kind of gets confusing, but nevertheless, now we're going through the next one. So grab their viewer's attention. Let's just do like attention. So if you type in attention, it can mean a lot of things. And that's a perfect example of like, yeah, this person is, you know, has your attention, right? But something like this is probably better. Look at that. They're looking at the computer and someone else is coming over. I think that's the perfect example of what we could use there. So let's do a few more. Elements of a clickable thumbnail. Let's do once again, YouTube. Okay, we did that one. Here's another one. Someone scrolling through. That works. So let's see, thumbnails. Did I just do that one? I think I did. Yeah. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. See, once again, sometimes I confuse myself. I'm just going to put that one there. I think I have it on 9 and 10. Not a big deal. Let's go through, do a couple more. Eye-catching, how about that? Eye-catching visual. Let's see. So a lot of these things are eye-catching, but let's say eye-catching. How about computer maybe? Like someone... Okay, so someone using the computer, I think that one works a little bit better. And what's this last one? So relevance to content, ensure that your thumbnail accurately represents the content of your video. So let's just do like YouTube, maybe video. So it's all about mostly putting in similar keywords related to what you're going to be talking about. Once again, someone scrolling through, probably going to be using a lot of those, but that's going to be the idea when it comes to going through and like checking them out. Sometimes you're going to see someone be like, once again, someone recording a video, that's good. Like something like this is maybe like, hey, do you want to use that one? It's like a GIF art almost. Okay, so just kind of scrolling through. Once again, see, this is the perfect example. I guess you could say when it comes to pros and cons, like Pictory is great at creating it, but sometimes Pictory is too smart for its own good. The way to kind of combat this is the fact that it says so. A clean and straightforward design is often more effective. If we had no other information, like this can certainly be perfect, because when you think about it, they're looking through, they're like coming up with a blueprint and a design, but it's going to be for a room or a building. But if we're talking more about YouTube in this specific segment here, it would have more information to work with. So in order to get past that, what I would recommend doing is the tip to you when you create your scripts is to add more keywords here that would make this specific phrase more findable, I guess you could say. So a clean and straightforward YouTube thumbnail design is going to be so much more effective. Something like that, because now we know we're talking about a YouTube design, not a blueprint, not an architect, you know, not anything like that when it comes to a building. So that's going to be my tips when it comes to the visuals. Like I said, that'll probably be the most of the time spent. It already comes up with the videos for you, but sometimes they're not going to match exactly how you want, and that's just fine. Just don't expect going into it thinking that you're going to click a few buttons, everything is going to be perfect. It will take a little bit of work to do, but not a whole lot compared to what you would normally have to do when creating this yourself. Let's take a look at some of the other elements when it comes to the storyboard. We do have emojis, GIFs, and stickers. Not a whole lot going on there, but if you did want to use one, you can simply click on it. You can drag it around, move it around. I'm just going to delete that because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense there. Audio is going to be nice, especially for the fact if you want some background music. Right here, there's over 15,000 tracks available. All you need to do, it's already applied, but if you don't want it, we can click on the X here. And unfortunately, I am on a computer where I can hear audio, but for some odd reason, you can't. So me playing it isn't going to do anything, but you can always test them by going on the play button. And if you want to utilize it, you can click on apply. Another big thing I think you're going to like is the fact that Pictory has voiceovers. There's plenty of them. They're good. I'm not going to say they're the best in the world. I have gone over some software with voiceovers where I feel it might be a little bit better, but they probably should be, because when you have a software that only focuses on voiceovers, they're probably going to do it a lot better than software that focuses on solely video creation and also has voiceovers, if you know what I mean. Nevertheless, you can obviously test these out as well. There's English US, English UK, English Australian, English Indian, English New Zealand, and English South African. Another great thing you can do is you can actually utilize your own, or you can upload voiceovers from other softwares. I will show you how that's done. So here you're going to see my uploads. These are some that I have used in my previous videos. What you can do here is simply click on a slide that you want to read. This is also a great way to have conversational talk with someone. Say if there's two people, you can apply AI for most of the slides, and when someone else is speaking, you can utilize and upload your own voice. Or if you just wanted to use your own voice throughout the entire thing, here's how it's done. Once you click on a scene, all you need to do is click on the record button right here and do record voiceover. As you see, it's going to say record audio for this scene, and what you need to do is simply read it, or click on the record button, read it, and then unclick and apply it. So I will do this very quickly. Mobile friendly. Remember that a significant portion of YouTube viewers watch on mobile devices. Okay, and apply. And if you'll notice, it's going to show up on the left, and give it a second, it's going to say apply to scene 29. So this is a great way to go back and forth, where if I had AI for everything, I can start taking off specific voiceovers from specific scenes and using my own, so it kind of sounds like it's a conversational thing. So if this was someone else, this was someone else, this was someone else, then hey, maybe I took over, I did scene 29, and of course scene 30 with it. You know, I did this one as well. So make sure your thumbnail is easily viewable on smaller screens. And of course, we're applying this, and that's how you can pretty much go back and forth should you want to have that conversational route, which is something I know a few of you out there were interested in doing. That's how you can make the magic happen. Okay, so that's a lot of the voiceover stuff, which is nice. So you can have your own voiceovers, or you can use the voiceovers that are given, or upload your own from a previous software that you might have already been using. A lot of adaptability here, and that's a nice thing. Here we have our text as well. If you want to add more text, you know, be my guest. This is how you do it. So clicking on here, adding text, and so on and so forth. We have all of our options here when it comes to the actual font, the font size, whether we want to bold it, do a few other things to it, move it in a specific section, like center it. This is nice so you don't have to like dance around and like try and get it perfectly, although they do have the lines there in case you need them, but it takes a little bit longer sometimes. There it is centered, but we don't need that. And it's going to be the same thing for the subheadings and body text. So should you want to add more text, that's how it's done. We have styles, and honestly, I pretty much don't mess around with this. This is how you're going to edit the templates that we originally chose, which is going to be corporate. I like this, but if there's anything you want to change here, that's where you can do it. We have the Pictory branding section where there's going to be an intro and outro scene, and in my opinion, I don't like using those simply because when I do YouTube videos, I don't like wasting any time, especially in the beginning. I'll maybe tell you about the special, how you can follow along with me, but once that is done, I like getting right into it, and me personally adding an intro scene can just add to that, and I do not like that. I personally don't like watching YouTube videos where it takes 5 minutes to get into the main point of the video, so given the fact I don't like that, that's my personal use. But if you want to use it yourself, this is how it's done. You can turn it on. And of course, if you want to add your own watermark, you can do that. We can put it here, upload it, and maybe you want to put it on the top right, the middle, the top left. That's going to be up to you, but in case you want to watermark your videos, in case someone steals them, like that happens to me all the time, I'm sure it probably happens to you as well, feel free to utilize that feature. Last but not least, format. This is just bringing this up because it's pretty important. We already have our landscape, which is great for YouTube videos, but make sure you click on the 1080p so that you can get the highest quality when you do go to save it, because 1080p is overall just going to be better than 720. I like higher quality videos. I'm sure you do too, but hey, I'm a Blu-ray and a 4K guy, so I like the higher quality stuff. Nevertheless, if you want to download it, it's going to be very easy. We have the button here. You can click this. It's going to take some time to prosper and, of course, generate and so on and so forth. I'm just going to cancel this, but once it is done, you simply download it and you're good to go. That's going to be the process when it comes to creating a video with Pictory, more specifically the script to video. I very quickly want to show you one more of the features just to show you how it works and talk about some of the others because they're very easy to utilize overall. Next is going to be the article to video. So if you have any articles yourself you want to turn into videos, I found this one simply by searching for, say, the importance of email marketing. It's pretty short. It's not mine, but I'm just using it as a demo. I pasted it in right here and I'm going to click on proceed. It's going to give it some time, and then what it's going to do is get like the biggest key messages from it. Once it's done, I'll get back to you and I'll show you how it works. All right, so as you can see, the article is going to be on the left. We have some pictures as well, and the main stuff is going to be on the right. What's great about this is that it will get the summary for it, but if you want more or you want less content, you can do that as well. So we have the importance of email marketing. You can see here, the green is what we have used here, and if there's anything else you wanted to add to it, all you have to do is click on it. At this point, I feel like there could be a little bit more, or maybe a little bit less. Let's find out. So the best way to do it is through email marketing. So we have that right here. Then it goes straight to what is email marketing. I would definitely put in, since it's a definition right under, let's click on this. So we should get one right around here after doing so. There we go. What is email marketing? Simply put, it refers to so-and-so. I'm also going to do this one, and what it does, it puts it in the spot for you right there, which I think is perfect. Maybe we don't want any of this, so all we have to do is click on this X here, and this one is going to be removed automatically. Let's do that. There you go. Then it moves on to the types of email marketing campaigns. So first we have newsletters. I would probably add a little bit, after each of the segments. So like welcome messages, I'll do a little bit there. Limited time offers. So we're talking about the types of them and adding some information. Let's say we want to do up that. And of course, some benefits. We have build up customer enthusiasm under enhance customer loyalty. Let's add a little bit of snippet there. Let's do this one. And you're noticing like they're very quick and easy to do, which is a nice thing. I know it's not giving you like the best, I guess you could say it's not like highlighting everything because it's the highlights, right? But I think it makes it very easy for you to go in there and say like, we need a little bit more here. We need a little bit less there. So define your KPIs, and I'm going to do like this. And of course, just kind of going through, quickly finishing this off. I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this. Let's see, and we'll add this. And then last but not least, like if this was yours, you have a call to action there. You can visit the specific blog. So just like that, what we've gone through is we've taken an article. Like I said, I recommend using yours. This is just an example. And what we've done is gone through and we have our own script that we can use for the video. And everything else is going to be exactly the same as I just showed you. We can click on next. We can choose our template, our aspect ratio. And once again, it's business as usual when it comes to using Pictory. We can choose our visuals, our AI, our audio. Of course, once you're done with that, we simply download it. Let me go back one more time just to talk about some of the other features. So 2 more features here that you might want to utilize is the edit video using text from Pictory. Here, as it talks about here, you can add subtitles automatically, cut portions of video, create video highlights, add logo, intro, and outro. This is kind of more of like a video editor. I think the 2 best things about this is like removing the filler words and the ums and the silences. So if you're like me and every now and then you go or you think about something and there's too much space, you can click on a button and simply remove all of those. So if that's a problem that you have with videos, you can utilize that. It's going to save you a ton of time and effort, especially if you use a lot of ums in your videos. You can click on a button and it's going to remove all of them for you, and it's going to appropriately trim your video at the same time, which is a nice touch. Last but not least is going to be the Pictory visuals to video. And this is simply going to be like a slideshow editor. For an example I did on another video, I took about 5 or 6 pictures from Australia. I threw them in there and it made a slideshow where we can simply put audio in the background. We can add text, but it's just a faster and quicker and more efficient way of creating a slideshow with visuals that you might have already. Nevertheless, the $1 million question, is Pictory worth it? And my goodness, yes, it is 100% worth it. I was super stoked to be able to demo this and test it out. It's been so long since I found a video creation software that I enthusiastically loved. I've liked a lot of them that I have used, but I feel like many of them on the market didn't get as close to Vidnami in the past that I would have liked. Vidnami was a software that was released and unfortunately they were bought out, so it was taken off the market. It was such a popular video marketing software, and this is up there, in my opinion, with Vidnami. If you haven't used it, it was a great software. This is kind of like the replacement for it. And if you have used it, you'll know about the power of it. It's very similar to this, works very similar ways, and I think you're going to really love Pictory. I would highly recommend checking them out. And of course, my link will always be down below where you can check out the free trial for yourself just to get your own opinion on it. And should you want to upgrade, I will have that coupon code for a nice little discount. That about does it. Thank you so much for watching this Pictory review and demo. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. My name is James. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.